are here with month, I think it's 6, with our Westalee Ruler Work Block of the Month quilt. So you should this time have a 6 by 24 square rectangle drawn on your fabric, and you will do a crosshatch through it so you have the center marked in both directions. By the way, I went ahead and I uploaded a downloadable PDF of your cutting directions and the sizes for each month under month 1. So if you go back in our playlist here on YouTube to month 1 and you pull up the very first video, month 1, block 1, you will get in the description a downloadable PDF with all of the cutting directions for each month's block. So should have done that earlier. Sorry about that. It's done now. All right, so I had my block marked in the center. We're going to use our circle ruler this time. I should show you this. On your circle ruler, you have a center mark going both directions. And then there's marks going this way we're not going to use right now, but we're going to use these center marks going in both directions. This part right here that you should have taped down on your ruler is a key. So if you get into a point where you're doing ruler work and you need to take the ruler off, but you don't want to break your thread, you just take this key out. We're going to use the key in it for today, and I keep mine taped on so that it doesn't wobble when I'm stitching. So anyway, here we go. I am going to start needle down in the center, and I'm going to take my circle ruler and I'm going to push the bottom of it up against my foot with the center line lined up with my center line going this way and my center line here lined up on that side. And all I'm going to do go around in a circle. Somebody has messed with the speed on my machine. I'm gonna have to turn that up because otherwise it's gonna take us a very long time to do this block. Okay, I'm gonna stop, needle down right where I started. I'm gonna turn my speed up. I don't know who turned it down so far. Okay, now I'm gonna pull my ruler toward me. Again, lining my center lines up on both sides. And I'm going to go around, stop at the center. All right, now I'm going to use the other 2 center lines. So I'm going to bring it up like this. I'm going to have my center line, which is hard to see on this frosted stuff. And again, going in the center, stop, needle down. Now I'm going to push it on this side. Line up those center marks, and this one's a little bit different. We're going to go around 1.5 times. So I'm going to go around like this. I came around to the center, and now because I don't want to have to break my thread, I'm going to come back around over here, and I'm going to stop right here. Then I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to make the exact same design I just made over again. Only I'm going to start with the outside edge first. Okay, stop right on the line, needle down. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to make this little 4-patch looking thing here. Coming around, stop where whoops, went too far. Then I'm going to bring it down. Now you could mark your quilt sandwich across so you knew exactly where that center line is going to be, or you can just eyeball it like I'm doing. I'm good at eyeballing. There we go. This one I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around 1.5 times. So 1 and stop on the line. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I'm going to twist this so I can see the line. That's hard to see. Okay. have to go around to my line. And now I'm going to come down. Stop at the intersection. I'm going to go up. Stop at the intersection and come over. Okay, when I get to this part, now I'm going to have to break my thread, otherwise I'd have to travel all the way around, and I don't want to have to do that. So there we go. Get my thread snips. And now these two that I just did on this side, I'm going to come over here to this side and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to line up that straight line and I'm going to line up my outside edge so that I butt right up there. And basically that is going to mean I need to start with my foot down. That's how I'm going to tell if I'm lined up or not. So if I go right there and bring my thread up and then put my foot and my needle down, then I can line my ruler up again right here. So I'm going to do this 2 more times this way. You guys don't have to watch me do that. We'll catch back up in a minute. So here we are. We've got our circles going. And we could bury these threads, but I'm not going to waste your time having you watch me bury threads. But what I am going to do is show you what we're going to do next. So this part is you're going to do some lines. So I'm going to needle down. I'm going to bring my thread up right at the outside edge of this circle that I've already put in here. And I am simply going to stitch out. And I'm going to go past my border. So I'm going outside my seam line. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to travel to the next intersection that I want to come in. So the next place I want to come in, I want to come right to this part right here. And to do that, I should have got my seam gauge out. I don't have my seam gauge out. I hope you guys have a really nice way to store your rulers. Mine are kind of all thrown in this bag, which means I sometimes have to dig to find stuff. So if you got a better way to store your rulers than this, where you can easily find everything, let me know, because I need to do something. And seriously, I'm not going to find my seam gauge. There it is. There it is. Okay, so we know that the foot is a 1/4 inch. The outside of the foot is a 1/4 inch away from the needle. So I'm going to go right to this seam intersection where I want to be. I'm going to put my seam gauge in. I'm going to make sure that the line on my 12-inch arc is lined up with the line I drew in the center. And now I'm just going to travel out until I can come down. And I'm going to come right down to that intersection. Okay, now, what are you going to do now? Well, you could either travel back out and over and in, or you could very carefully travel along your previous stitch line on your circle, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, because I want to go to this next intersection, and I'm going to line up my ruler. Make sure the bottom of my ruler is right on my seam line so that it's nice and straight. I'm coming out past my seam allowance line, and I'm going to come over here. And again, I want to be at this intersection. So I should be right there. Lining up that ruler, the straight line on my ruler with my outside seam allowance. That just makes sure everything stays nice and straight. Coming down to my intersection. And now the next place I'm going to come out is right at the center of my circle intersection. So line up the straight edge on my seam line, put that space gauge there, 1/4 inch outside of that circle intersection. And now I'm going to travel up the circle. Now, if you were really uncertain about traveling, really didn't want to have to do this part, you could always bring up thread at every intersection. But it's a heck of a lot easier to not have to break thread that many times. Let's see, so we're going to go to this next seam intersection, and I'm going to continue this all the way out. And again, I'm going to travel down. Line up my ruler on the straight line I had drawn. Come up, past the seam intersection, over again, use my seam gauge, line up my straight lines. Oops, I went a little bit too far. There we go. And this time I'm going to the center of the circle again. Line up my straight line. Okay, now on this one, I am still going to travel out till I get to the outside edge of this circle, only this is my last circle, right? So this time I want to make sure that my line is straight up and down, because I'm going to go all the way up. I'm actually going to come right straight back down this line and go all the way down. Past the seam allowance, I'm going to come over, and I think I'm going to put, let's see, we're about, what are we about? So I put my 1/4 inch in, and then got my ruler, I should be right there is where I want to be. So I have my 3rd line in on my ruler lined up with this previous line, and I'm going to stitch all the way back up. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to go on this side and do these intersections. Do this side just like I did over here, and then do all these seam intersections down here. And that, my friends, is this block. You don't need to watch me do all of those straight lines, but that is this block. So we're gonna get you a picture of the finished block on the quilt itself, and you should be able to finish this no problem. Just follow this procedure down here and up here. Easy peasy. Okay, we'll see you for month, I think it's 6, block 2 in just a bit. Thanks.